Number one, this is identify by physical examination the sequence of operations of each station of the integrated system. I need to tell you something. We use two integrated systems. We have the AMTech trainer behind us, which is made to do exactly what we're talking about, to teach students how to troubleshoot and how an integrated system works. But we also have an SMC integrated system upstairs. And we found it necessary because we're teaching a cohort to use both trainers. We simply couldn't lab enough students on the AMTech trainer, which is superior, but because of the class size of 13 students and the time duration that we had to get the students through the program, we found it necessary to actually use both the SMC integrated system trainer and the AMTech integrated system trainer. And there are other ones out there. Festo makes one, Amatrol makes one. So there's a number of other integrated systems trainers that you could use besides an SMC to augment the AMTech trainer. It says by physical examination, the students are supposed to come up with a sequence of operation. This is important because when you go out to the plants and you're working in a plant, as you approach a machine, you know, the first thing you observe is you're caught up with the sequence of operations of the machine. What's it doing? What's it moving in and out? How's it clamping up? What operation is it performing? So you stand there in awe looking at the sequence of operation of a machine. Once you've seen it for a while, you start now, okay, I understand that it's clamping this part to positively locate it. Well, how's it doing that? And now you start noticing the output devices. You know, the cylinders, the clamping devices, any mechanical devices that are associated with that, pins and locators. So it's kind of like a second approach to it's a second view of the machine itself. So at first you're looking at kind of like the sequence. Secondly, you're looking at, well, what are the outputs associated with it that are controlling the sequence? Thirdly, well, how does it know where it's at in the sequence? So now you're looking at the feedback devices. And that's what we want to teach these students to do. We want them to go out, study machines on their plant floor, and all of our students are hired before they get in this program. But we want them to go out on the floor, study the machines on the floor, and first take a look at the sequence. So we want the students to develop the ability to, by observation, to extract the sequence of operations of any machine that they're going to look at. All right? And it's because this is what you would do on the plant floor. This is the first step, is you'd come up with the sequence of operation. Okay, these are new students. They don't know a wire from a pneumatic hose. So, I mean, you have to take time out of the class identifying that these are the pneumatic components, these are the cylinders, these are the pneumatic directional control valves. This is the electrical wiring going to the I/O. You've got to take time out of class to do this. And we did a lot of this first by learn by discovery. We put them together, two on a team, and we had them study it, and then we go through it, and we would have each team discuss what they've discovered on each station. And so I'd have several students working on the AMTech trainer, and then I had a lot of students working on the SMC trainer upstairs. So we would actually go through and share our discovery, and the instructor's there to keep the students in line and on target. So there's a lot of foundation work that has to be done that they have no background. They don't recognize a cylinder, they don't recognize a directional control valve, they don't recognize a regulator or a PLC or anything. So you're introducing them to all of these topics as you're going through it. Now what we did here is I actually spent, an hour or two going through basic pneumatic devices and their symbols and what they look like on the trainers. So I would do an hour on pneumatics, I would do an hour on electrical devices, an hour, we did more than an hour on PLCs and so on. So we actually would have them go on the trainer, kind of discover as much as they could. Then we did some chalk and talk, and we added some additional handouts to go over all the symbology and to go over all the basic operation, which means that we covered a directional control valve in its most basic fundamental operation, and talked about solenoids that shifted it left and right. That's about it. You know, we did not get hung up in the flow conditions on the center or anything like that. Just basic operation so that they could understand the symbol, had a basic idea of the functionality of the device, and could transfer that actually to what the part looked like on a machine. And the parts, you know, the SMC trainer had small SMC valves, a little different, larger scale valves than the AMTech trainer. And then I took them into other classrooms and I showed them some older Parker valves and so on. They're much larger in size.